everyone, this is Ashmita from Services Classes, and as you can see here in today's class, as you have seen in the title itself, it's all about the UPSC second paper, that is paper 2 for the year 2022. And here we are going to solve the questions. Like here we are going to select certain questions and then we are going to solve it. It's not all about like solving all the questions for paper 2, but rather we are going to solve 5 to 6 questions in each of our videos so that you can follow it properly. And if you have any kind of queries, do comment below in our comment box. You will get your space where you can just post your queries, and here we can just help you out. And apart from this, if you want to join our classes, you can just go over to the description box just below this video. You will get it. That's www.servicesclasses.com. That's the official website of our classes. You can also just call us at the number which is provided at the beginning of the video, or you can also just check the number in the description box and give us a call at any time. You are going to get the benefits of live lectures, recorded lectures, portal access that's available to all the enrolled candidates 24/7. We are providing you with all the facilities regarding crash courses, scholarships, doubt clearing classes, then worksheets after every session, mock test facilities, and also past 5-year solutions we are going to provide you for any kind of entrance examination preparation that you want to do. And apart from that, we are going to provide you with source study materials which will be provided at your doorstep through the fastest delivery possible. All right, so that's it about our classes. And if you want to solve the sample papers and the unsolved papers also, we are here to help you out. So let's begin solving the questions provided. Today we are solving UPSC 2022 question paper number 2, based on general studies. All right, so this is this year's question paper. Exam took place in the month of June, and as I have already told in my previous classes that I would be doing five questions, their solutions, and a bit of explanation in each of my videos, because otherwise it will get a bit lengthier. So 5 questions per video I would be doing. And in today's class, the question that we are going to do is from 36 till 40. Okay, so you can just practice it from 36 to 40. Let's start with question number 36. P, Q, R, S, T, and U are 6 members of a family. Okay, so these are the names of the family members. The first letters, initials. R is the spouse of Q, so both are like husband, wife. U is the mother of T. Okay, so U is T's mother, and S is the daughter of U. So S and T are basically siblings, you see, because U is the mother of T and T is the daughter of U. So of course U is the mother of T and S both. Okay. So U is the mother of T and S. P's daughter is T. Okay, and R's daughter is P. Okay, we can consider U to be female. Let's consider the second part, what they are saying. Now, P's daughter is T. Okay. P, of course, is the father. So I'm putting it over here, male. And T is also female. And S is also female. Okay. So T is the daughter of P, and R's son is P. Okay. R's son is P. Okay, so we have got the genders. We have almost placed it in a correct order. There are 2 couples in the family. Which one of the following is correct? Okay, so there are 2 couples in the family. One is R is the spouse of Q, so R and Q are couples, and their son is P, we can say, and P's wife is U, and there they have two daughters, T and S. Okay, that's it. So let's consider the options. Q is the grandfather of T. Mm, no, we don't know whether Q is the grandfather of T or not. No, wrong. Number B, Q is the grandmother of T. We don't know the gender of R and Q. What about R? R is the mother of P. Uh, we don't know the gender of R. T is the granddaughter of Q. Yes. If I place Q and R, they are in the grandmother and grandfather part. Then they have a son, that is P, whose wife is U, and they are having two daughters. Okay, so T is the granddaughter of Q, of course. So number D is your correct answer. Let's move over to question number 37. Question number 37 says, consider the question and two statements given below in respect of three cities, that is P is one city, Q is one city, R is one city in a particular state. So one state is having three cities. The initials are P, Q and R. Question is, how far is city P from city Q? So we need to find the distance between P and Q. Statement number 1 says city Q is 18 kilometer from city R. Okay, city Q is 18 kilometers from city R. And statement 2 says city P is 43 kilometers from city R. City P is 42 kilometers. This is 42 kilometers from R. Okay. So which one of the following is correct in respect of the question and the statements? Statement 1 alone is sufficient to answer this question. No, we are not getting any any information regarding the distance between Q and P. Okay, so we don't know this distance. Statement 1 is not talking about any distance between Q and P. All right. Statement number 2. Statement number 2 alone is sufficient to answer this question. Once again, statement number 2 is also not talking about the distance between Q and P. So I'm crossing it out. Number C. It says both statement 1 and statement 2 are sufficient to answer the question. No, none of them are talking about the distance between Q and P. What about option number D? Both statement 1 and statement 2 are not sufficient to answer this question, correct? I would be going with this statement. Let's move over to the next question. Question number 38. It says two statements followed by four conclusions are given below. You have to take the statements to be true even if they seem to be at variance from the commonly known facts. So statements are to be taken as true. T for true. Read all the conclusions and then decide which of the given conclusions logically follows or follow from the statements disregarding the commonly known facts. Okay, so just like previously we did paragraphs and there would be questions based on paragraphs, similarly here there are statements instead of paragraphs and we are given conclusions based on these two statements. All right, from statement 1 and statement 2 we are given conclusions. We can see conclusion 1, conclusion 2, conclusion 3 and conclusion 4. So we need to consider which of these statements are correct or following the statements. Okay. Now conclusion number 1 says all chairs are books. Oh, before that let me read it. Statement number 1 says all pens are books. Let me highlight it. All pens are books. Okay. And statement number 2 says no chair is a pen. So we can say all pens are books. I am writing down the initial. All pens are books. Okay. But no chair is a pen. But no chair is a pen. Okay. Now all chairs are books. No, nothing of that sort we can conclude from here. Of course, conclusion number 1 is wrong. Let's move over to conclusion number 2. Some chairs are pens. No, you can see no chairs are pens. It's written in statement number 2. So conclusion 2 is also wrong. Conclusion 3. All books are chairs. All books are chairs. No, nothing of that sort can we see over here. Conclusion 4. No chair is a book. No chair is a book. Yep, not we cannot conclude like this. So of course we will go with number D because none of the conclusions follow. Okay, omit the S from conclusion from follows. Grammatically it's wrong. None of the conclusions follow. It will be okay because here we see it's plural conclusions and it is followed by a singular verb. Question paper has a little bit of mistake. Let's move over to question number 39. Yep, it says, question number 39 says, three statements followed by three conclusions are given below. You have to take the statements to be true even if they seem to be at variance from the commonly known facts. So just like the previous question, we are going to do that. Like three statements are given, statement 1, statement 2, statement 3. And even if these statements are like ridiculous and we cannot consider them to be true, but still we have to consider them to be true. Okay. Now, over here, what is our job? Here, we need to read all the conclusions. That is, we see conclusion 1, conclusion 2, conclusion 3, and then decide which of the given conclusions logically follows or follow from the statements. So, from the statements, we need to conclude which one is correct, okay? Disregarding the commonly known facts. Yes, just don't consider whether these are like logically true or not. Just consider them to be true. Statement number 1 says, let's follow. Some doctors are teachers. Okay, so some doctors, some doctors are teachers. Okay. Statement number 2 says, all teachers are engineers. Okay, so all teachers are engineers. All right. Number 3 statement says all engineers are scientists. Okay, all engineers are scientists. All right. So, some scientists, conclusion number 1 says some scientists are doctors. Yep, some scientists are doctors. It would be correct because we see over here some scientists are doctors. And just because we are considering this is equal to this, this is equal to this, this is equal to this. So of course, some scientists are doctors. Some scientists are doctors. Okay. So conclusion 1 is correct. We can say conclusion 2, all engineers are doctors. No, here we have this letter S, that is some we are considering, S-O-M-E, some, okay. So definitely not all engineers are doctors, so it's wrong. Let's move over to conclusion number 3, which says some engineers are doctors. Yes, of course, some engineers are doctors. Here we are considering some doctors are engineers. So of course, Some engineers are doctors. So we will go with both conclusion 1 and conclusion 3. All right. Yes, conclusion 1 and conclusion 3 are correct. So option number C is your correct answer. Let's move over to the next question. This is the last question for today's class. Do follow it. 8 students A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and sit around a circular table. Okay, they sit around a circular table equidistant from each other. Okay, so 8 points I need to make equidistance, like they are sitting at a like equal distance, I must say. Yep, there are 8 points facing the center of the table, not necessarily in the same order. All right, B and D sit neither adjacent to C nor opposite to C. Okay, so B and D sit neither adjacent, like not side by side also, not opposite to C also. Next line says A sits in between E and D. Okay, A sits in between E and D. All right, and F sits in between B and H. Okay, and F sits between B and H. Which one of the following is definitely correct? Okay, let's consider back certain statements. That is, B and D sit neither adjacent to C. B and D. Okay, B and D. Let's try to frame it once again in this circle. They are all sitting looking at the center, that they are facing the center, and they are not necessarily in the same order like they have written over here. B and D sit neither adjacent to C nor opposite to C. We are going to consider B and D afterwards. Let's talk about A. Now A sits in between E and D. Okay, let's consider D over here and E over here, and A sits in between them, right? And F sits in between B and H. F sits in between B and H. Yes, B and H. Okay, which of the following is definitely correct? Now let us come back to B and D, who sits neither adjacent to C nor opposite to C. Okay, yes, if I put C over here, you see it's not coming to adjacent also, not coming opposite also. Yes. So the left out one is G. Let me put it over here. This is your correct arrangement. So let's consider the statements. B sits in between A and G. No, it's not coming to like that. Number B says C sits opposite to G. No. Number C says E sits opposite to F. No. Okay, none of the above. Of course, none of the above. All right. So we are going to consider the rest of the questions in our next classes. All right. So that was all for today's class. If you have any queries, do comment down below and we are there to help you out with all your problems. And if you want to enroll in our classes, do check the description box, or you can also check the phone number and the contact details provided at the beginning of the video. And do contact us. We are available 24/7 so that we can just help our students reach their goal. That's it for today's class. We are going to meet once again in our next classes.